Somebody tired. Here it come.
I am tired.
Bro, I'm whooped.
For real?
Yeah, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this week to be over.
You got one more, right?
One more
week.
Oh yeah, one more week. One more week. And I'm done.
So right now you at my level. And then after that, this is your Super Saiyan. Kicking in.
That's that sounds about right.
Okay. I ain't mad.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
I thought you guys said the end of the month.
Yeah.
Ain't the
Niggas trying to
27th.
test me, but they don't want to mess with me. Doc, you hella weak.
He got Tourette's.
I'ma get you on your knees and bow, bow, bow to the head. Punch nigga till you dead. Nigga, you don't wanna see me in the gym. You can't get with me, nigga, you just swim. Stick to swimming laps. In the gym, nigga, I'm a gym rat. I do what I do. You messing with me, that ain't cool. Nigga, back up. I'm telling you, cause you don't want the funk. Smoke a priest D. I'm in the caddy, you don't want to see me be. Yeah, just know that, Doc. Nigga, you ain't on my jock. Nigga, get off my sack. Nigga, you don't want this black.
No music.
You feeling better about yourself?
Nah, man,
You feeling encouraged?
no.
You feeling stronger?
That's your warnings. It's all warning signs.
I
Shots fired.
I didn't even know I was gonna say that,
That
dog.
sound like a Chinese woman talking to me when I'm in the nail
Hey,
salon.
I
bruh.
didn't even know I was gonna say that,
I don't
dog.
know what you
Shots
just said, bro.
fired.
You gonna replay and be like, damn,
Nah, I'm replaying.
Brandon, what you saying is he don't want no smoke?
you don't want this
I'm gonna
smoke.
say you sound like Chewbacca. That's what I'm gonna say when I run it back. I don't know what you saying around
Dang,
here.
you didn't even understand what language you speaking.
Exactly,
Alright.
man. You over there speaking that foolishness. But ain't the 27th the end of the month?
Yeah, but it's just not a good day.
We doing a Sunday.
We can do it on Sunday.
Just get it, nigga. 28th.
Okay, the 28th. Is that a good day?
We are open on the 28th.
All right, the 28th.
Hey, you know what I was thinking too, blood? You about to lose.
I'm not, man. This is
Before y'all
Dr.
even
IJ.
get
yeah.
into it.
Yeah, this is Dr. IJ.
It's your boy Priest D, riding in the caddy. This nigga don't want to see daddy.
That was your best. That was your best one. That was your best one yet. That was your best one yet. Yeah, congratulations.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
What's up? It's your girl Tiffany, and we are two dudes and a chick.
And yeah, back on topic, bro. Bro. 28th is D-Day for you, bro.
Okay.
Hey,
That's cool.
all you gotta do is call Shay and just ask her what I did in the gym today, bro.
Okay.
She gonna tell you. She was like, the nigga said a week. It's been a week, and he gave that fire today.
Okay.
Busting it out, bro.
All right.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you my mindset. I'm gonna give you the strategy so you know how you can win if it's possible for you to win.
Let's go.
We got 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
I got 4 books guaranteed. So them other 2 books,
Well,
I
they're
ain't
all
even.
kind of catered to you, though.
No, they ain't all catered to me.
Low key, they are.
No, they not.
It's kind of designed.
It's designed pretty whack.
It's designed for you to pretty much.
You could change it. You got time. We got till the 28th.
Let me tell you why I feel that it's.
I told her Shay that from the rip.
Catered to you. It's catered to you
hella
because
handicaps.
it's low. It's basically putting you guys on a even playing field.
So
He ran out of
no. Look, so I agreed that it's putting us on an even playing field, but I would say like when we was lifting, like the way I was hitting that weight, bro, I'm lifting more than you. So if we did what you said, which was like put 135 on, and we just do
But
sets.
that's the whole point.
This my thing. No, that ain't the point.
That is the whole point because you called him out on his athleticism right now. So if that's what he's lifting, then that's what you're supposed to match.
I understand that, but what Shay was saying was you're stronger than him. So if you do what he do right now, 135, 20 times, you're going to have an advantage. So to even the playing field for him in that space, you know what I'm saying, she modified it to where it's like 70% of what your max is.
This my thing. This my thing, dog.
Whereas on some of the other ones, she was like, I'm going to take your knee into consideration and modify those for you.
This what I told Shay is hella whack. I said, yo, this nigga challenged me. He said right now, where I'm at right now, he's more athletic than me.
Yeah.
So she put on this whole 70%. My thing is like, okay, if you're more athletic than me, prove it, nigga. Where I'm at, if I say like, let's put on 185, let's max out on that. Our matter of fact, if we put 235, whatever, if I hit that,
the number is.
if I hit that 15 times.
So what you saying is,
if that's the advantage for you.
No. I'm just saying. So what you saying is, you want to be able to choose.
I set the standard
on the strength exercises. You want to be able to choose the weight, and I either got to beat it or not beat it.
Beat it or not. That's where I'm at.
All right, I'm good with that.
If you stronger, you stronger.
I'm good with that.
But
that's
it ain't
cool.
even so much just the weight. It's your own body weight. It's everything. You called him out with yourself, how you are.
Yeah.
So if it's a push-up competition, it shouldn't matter that you got all that weight on him or whatever.
That's fine.
I'm just saying that's just how I feel.
That's all
I just feel like
my thing is
how it's structured. It's
running, but that's cool. But like my thing,
but I already told
I
you,
get the no running. You can take running out, but he said he can do everything else but running.
My whole thing is since you agreed to that changed the whole dynamic of this whole joint. So I talk to Shay and we go from there. Yeah. Let's worry about that. Like, it's good.
To me, it don't matter.
It don't.
It shouldn't matter because you called him out, so it shouldn't matter.
Because I'll tell you this much. Mm-hmm. What she'll tell you right now is her expectation of me coming in, knowing that I sit on the couch, knowing that I got a fake knee, right? Her expectation, and then what she's seeing, she like, oh, okay. I hear what she's saying. I hear what you're
talking about. It's like a white girl with a big butt.
That's cool.
Okay.
So, all you need to do, I'm not back in the gym until Saturday. Just work out with Shay what the 6 events is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
And then at that point, I'll revise how many books I got. I might end up having all 6 books. I'm just trying to.
I don't know because now the exercises can change.
The exercise could definitely change.
It don't matter.
It definitely matters though.
It don't.
You cannot hang. Okay? I'm gonna let it go.
It don't. If you wanna create exercises that's tailored to you,
it ain't about being tailored.
It's what
to
I
him.
do. Okay. If you wanna create exercises that is what you do, then I suggest that you give them to Shay so that now that I've been in the gym for a week, I can spend next week practicing the things that you do.
You're definitely not going to be able to do it.
And then outdo you.
I'm cool with that. I'm glad you said what you said so we can carry on.
I can tell you there's only one way you're going to win.
This is catered to me because you said you can outdo me. So I set the standards of what we can do.
Yeah.
Cool. I pick the events that I feel that you can definitely not do, and then we go from there.
That's fine.
Cool.
I'm going to tell you right now, you better put pull-ups in there.
Cool. I already know you can't do
pull-ups.
Yeah,
because you put pull-ups in there, that's your one book. Okay. Other than that.
Are you saying that's all he can get you on his pull-ups?
Man. Okay. Hey, Tiff.
Nigga, you can't.
I'm literally saying that.
You can't.
It's okay. Just
cool.
I'm literally saying that.
Leave it on the floor. You already saying it. You done already called him out.
Yeah, it's cool. So let's go. Let's move on. We got the 28. We got it a lot.
Oh man, this is gonna be nice, bro.
It's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be sad, but it's gonna be nice.
Hey, my thing is.
Hey, don't bring your kids, man. I don't want them to see this. Your son look at you as a hero.
If I pick the events, and you outdo me, hey, I salute you. It ain't. It's like you the nigga. Like it ain't no me being upset, but the way she got it right now is hella whack.
It is pretty whack.
70% of this and like nah.
I actually don't think it's whack. I think it's fair, bruh.
No, it ain't about being fair. You said that I can outwork You. Where he
now
at?
where I'm at.
Where's he at right now?
I did.
So
then there's nothing else to talk
then
about.
when you
Wait.
guys start bringing in the factors of calculating how much weight, who do what, and this, that, and another, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of you saying that can outwork him.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Why?
The reason why I don't agree with it is because, one, we gave it to her last week to come up with the events. Right,
He's trying to backpedal.
I ain't trying to backpedal.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying we gave it to her last week to come up with the events. I think she was actually smart in saying that. You know what? To make it fair for both parties.
But it ain't about
It ain't
making
about-
it
But
fair.
I get what y'all saying. Y'all like.
My thing is like that. It's a benefit for you. Is she like you're stronger than me? That's cool. That's your benefit.
I get that.
I can't be mad at that if you're stronger than me. That means you're stronger than me.
I get
So
that.
if I'm hitting something a certain amount of times, then that means, and you double it like you said, then I can't be mad at that.
I get it. And
fair.
that's how you want to do it. So that's fine.
No, that's fair.
That's fine.
That's you calling. I can eat more donuts than you. Like, okay, well, I ate 45, and then you eat like, you know what I'm saying?
I get
Like,
it.
Okay, cool.
I get it.
Let's move on. He nervous.
I'm not nervous.
Look, that's nervous.
I don't
Look.
I'm
think
not
he's
nervous.
That's a
I don't
nervous
think
smile.
he is ever going to be nervous. I absolutely think that he thinks that he is going to beat you in the
That's cool.
majority of the events.
I literally believe that
I believe that you believe
with
that.
all my heart. Hope to die. Stick 2,000 needles in my eye.
All right.
I tell you. Look. I tell you
done with
this.
it.
I
I'm
tell
done
you
with
this. On Saturday, I almost called you up on Saturday and gave it to you. Almost. I was about like.
What we doing this Saturday, too? We busy this Saturday?
Of course.
I was like.
What time you work out?
No, don't worry about me. You prepare on your own time. You prepare on your own time.
I might do a
You
pop up
prepare
on
your
you.
own time.
Just look at you.
I was like 15 minutes into the workout.
Not 15 minutes.
I said, Shay, how much more? She said, we got 45 more minutes. I was like, yeah, I quit. I'm going home. This is whack. She was like, you gonna let him just? I was like, I'll give you 15 more minutes, but in 15 minutes, I'm for sure going home.
Sound like a loser to me, but go ahead. Sound like a loser to me. She worked me out and like, dang, we've been doing this for like an hour and a half. She like, you ain't tired? I said, hey,
That's fine.
that's what I do, baby.
That's fine.
She said, God, dog, you killing them ropes.
That's fine. She said that to me today too. You know,
She
so-
trying to encourage you.
No, she ain't trying to encourage me.
Hey, I sent him a tape of me doing the ropes for like 2 minutes. He was like, you need about 3.
Wait. He sent me a 15-second clip of him doing the ropes and said it was 2 minutes.
Look.
He sent me 15
nervous.
seconds. Hey, look at
nervous.
these 15 seconds of me.
I said, dog.
And then he gonna say, "Oh, my bad. I thought the video kept going for 2 minutes."
I sent him the whole video. He got nervous.
That's hecka funny.
Hey, what's up with them teeth? What's going on with you two?
I mean, are you
what's
guys
your,
done?
no, we done.
Yeah,
we done. We already know who the winner is. The people
This is
already
gonna
chose.
He the people's champ.
Well, the
67%.
people love an underdog.
Hey,
Either they love an underdog or they just remember this nigga Ijoma used to be called House and he's a beast.
So what? I used
So
to be
let's-
skinny.
yeah,
What's your point?
yeah.
That was 20 years ago.
It was 20 years ago.
come on.
And like that, it came back. Hey, can I just say
I
this?
can't wait to beat you.
Just a
dog.
little,
Like,
just a little side topic though.
How about if when Brandon wins, you just buy us dinner?
If Brandon wins, I'll be happy to buy y'all dinner. Okay,
it's easy. This
We
is-
go out to dinner
Hey, you know what?
afterwards.
but that's not
Hey,
gonna happen.
Hey, you know how I usually talk hella much and like try to get in people's head? It's like pointless. Like,
Bro,
know
you
what I
did
mean?
that
Like,
last week.
Yeah, you did.
like,
That
I'm
was
over
You
it.
did that last week.
I did, but now I'm like over it. Like,
And you
I'm like,
only over it because
it's so easy. Like it's
Alright.
light work.
okay.
It's like it's not even fun no more. I was like, you know what? This ain't even fun no more.
Okay.
This nigga's so easy.
All right. Hey, all I'm saying is you better pick 6 events that you know for sure you got.
I think the rope one is
Books in.
cool.
I think the rope one is
I think
cool.
the
too.
rope one is cool.
That's a win. Go on. My bad, Tiff. Go on ahead. Go on.
He got a solid 30, 45 with the ropes. He got a solid 45.
I'll tell you on Saturday I couldn't do 15.
But now you good.
He got a solid 45. with the Shay. How many he did?
Hey, I ain't asked her that once.
Okay.
That's how unconcerned I am with your.
Well, Shay
Your
don't know.
Costco
Well,
sample.
she don't know because she ain't been working out with him in a while.
Nah, she worked out with me. Remember
She worked out
Sunday?
with him on Sunday.
Like he know.
Oh yeah, I
I ain't
forgot.
know, but he know. All right, come on. Let's move on.
You didn't tell
man.
him you worked out with her on
Hey,
Sunday?
blowing the whole
no,
show.
he for surely did. He for surely did.
Yeah,
He for surely sent me videos
Hey,
afterwards.
she's-
You
hey,
see this video?
Hey, look, hey,
you
look.
brought this on yourself. Just remember, I didn't even say your
he
name
brought
in my
that-
video.
hey, he brought
in
this-
my videos, I was like,
Hey, I'm
he
like-
know who I'm talking to. Just be ready.
No, nigga, I want to let you know.
Someday
nigga,
he was
you
like,
brought-
Dr. IJ, you told me you brought this on yourself. I
Hey,
was
what's
like,
up with
okay.
the TV wrap up, man? I'm tired of this nigga, man. It's so easy. Like, it ain't even no point in talking about it. What's up with the TV wrap up?
Hey, all I'm gonna say.
Y'all don't
is
want to do it on 21st?
What's the 21st?
Sunday?
Just get it.
I mean, it'll be the end of the 2-week period.
Let's
All right.
go.
I'm ready.
go.
Well, we got
21st.
to check for Shay. Anyway,
Oh, hold on. I got to just say one
y'all
more
not
thing.
done.
Hey, because this is funny.
Okay.
So, got me some unana on Friday night. When the gym,
Are we talking about sex?
yeah.
Okay. Ooh,
When the-
nah.
When the gym Saturday, right? Did a little workout Sunday. In the gym Monday.
Your win was up.
Little workout Tuesday. We got a little ill nah last night. Bruh. I might keep working out for the rest of this year. nigga was in there, nigga studying. Nigga popping collars and shit
Hey, all BS aside though, man, I'm glad. End of the day, I'm still glad. Like, nigga, you enjoying this, and I hope you keep up.
No, I'm not enjoying it.
Well, I'm saying,
Yes,
like,
you
I
are.
hope,
I'm not.
I hope you keep up.
You
was
were
a-
enjoying the fruits of its labor.
Man, bro, I thought yeah, bro. I transformed back into 28, and I'm trying to get the 22-year-old Joe.
Hey, do it.
But I was at 28 last night. I was feeling good about myself. You know what I'm saying? I went through a
Remember
whole
when I was
commercial
28.
break.
Not a commercial break.
That's dope.
That's a whole 2 minutes.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
That's impressive?
Sometimes that is.
Oh. I'm never okay with 2 minutes.
Sometimes that's all you got.
Okay.
If I give you
guess
two,
I-
that's good too.
Guess I got a lot more work to do then. Happy about my 2 minutes until she said that.
He said a whole commercial break.
See why
I
this
thought he
nigga
was.
stay in the gym. All right, let's go.
You weren't
Let's
expecting him to say 2
No,
minutes, though, right?
No, let's change. Let's change.
Nah, but I mean, hey, I'm happy. I'm happy for his success.
Let's change topic. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So funny.
Hey, you see how confident he is with his 2 minutes?
Ain't no need.
And he tried to bring that my way, but go ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
It's all
I'm
good.
happy for you. I'm
It's
happy
all.
for
Hey,
your
man,
success.
we was doing a TV reality
I'm
check.
happy for your success.
It's all good. Come on.
If you
hey.
comparing your
What's
workout
your,
to your 2 minutes that you got,
what's your
hey, I'm
TV?
happy for you. You
What's your
trying to bring
TV?
it to me?
What's your TV
I'm
check?
happy for you.
Tiff, what's your TV
I just
check?
wasn't expecting 2 minutes.
Hey, but you,
I mean,
you
I
hear
mean-
how confident he is,
Nah,
though,
but
right?
I'm just
He's
saying.
confident and happy for his 2
He
minutes.
went down his
I'm
whole
just saying.
gym. He went down his whole gym routine.
Nigga, I worked out
You
Wednesday.
He said he got
I
his
worked out
wind
Wednesday.
up.
Y'all
I worked
underplaying it, though.
Saturday.
He said, I got
and
a
then
whole
came
commercial
to-
break.
Got through a commercial break.
it was
And I'm
a-
going to beat this nigga next.
It was a full commercial
Hey.
break, though. Like, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Full commercial breaks ain't just 2 minutes no more.
Okay, 2:15.
I mean, stop minimizing my
I mean,
my
what?
accomplishments. You
What
feel
do
me?
you want?
You see how she
Hey,
do?
we good.
You see
I'm-
how?
hey.
You see how?
Hey, look.
Hey,
All
I
I'm saying-
forgot. I forgot I'm in enemy's territory.
No,
No,
you
no,
happy.
No, minimize
happy.
my accomplishments.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
you happy.
Minimize mine.
You
Listen.
happy. I'm
It's all
happy
good.
for you.
You know what? It's all good.
I just didn't know that 2 minutes was a success story.
It's all good.
My
man. I don't
bad.
want to talk about it no more.
Because if it
Hey,
was
look.
2 minutes after hitting the gym, what had?
Hey,
I ain't want to talk about it no more.
hey, if you beat me, all I want you to do is continue, dog.
If I win or lose,
You gonna ride this year out?
I will not ride this year out. Bro, I'm literally counting down the days.
That should be part of the winning
on.
the win of the bet. If he win, you take us to dinner. If you win, I mean, if
You got to pick either or.
Oh, dang.
You got to pick either or. You chose taking the dinner.
I didn't think that all the way through.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get your money right. Hey, go ahead, Tiff.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we sure we're done?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all about my fun, but you know what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm happy for you, man.
TV reality check
Congratulations.
time.
It's going right into the next segment. Commercials and TV. Let's go, Tiff.
All right. So this TV roundup today. You asked me about it last week. I wasn't ready to talk about it, but A Million Little Things. Have you checked it out?
I have not, man. It only got one black person on there, so.
Well, that's what caught my attention.
It's Homeboy. I like Homeboy.
I like
Yeah.
him too.
Yeah.
I
But
just
that's
seen
who
him.
caught
You want to
my-
see a nigga? You wanna, after 40-year-old
That's
version?
who caught
He was hella funny in Night School too.
Kevin Hart movie.
Yeah, y'all
You
got
seen
seen
that?
Yeah, I seen it.
Was it good?
It was. It
And
was
my
funny.
grandma just told me today that I was hella good.
Bro, when I went in the middle of the day because I had nothing to do. It was hella grandmas in the theater.
You went on Tuesday?
Like it was like a whole church mother group.
My
Like,
grandma was like, "That's the
I
funniest
did go on the-
movie.
I did go
You
on
got
the
to go
Tuesday.
see." I was like,
I did not realize
yeah.
he was in it.
Your
His name
grandma.
is Romany.
yeah, he's extra.
Is
funny.
his name Romany?
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
something like that. Yeah,
It looks like Romany.
Romany or something like that. Romany.
Malco.
Yeah, he was extra funny. But go ahead.
But anyway, he I seen it and I was like, oh, okay, it's a black dude on a major network. Let me check it out. It's just one, but we in
Caught your
there.
eye.
Caught my eye. So basically, the name A Million Little Thing takes a play on that saying, a friendship isn't one thing; it's a million little things. That's where the name came from. But it's basically about a group of guys. It's set in Boston. They got stuck in an elevator together. And then they became friends through their love. They all like hockey. They became really good friends.
From that elevator ride, they found out that.
From that
how long were they stuck in
elevator
the
ride.
elevator?
I don't remember.
Had
So
to
they
be
were
for
all already like adults. It's not like they've been
No, they met each other because they was
a
stuck
couple
in the
hours,
elevator.
right? Like where they had to get saved out.
Right.
right. But I'm just saying it's not like they were like college friends or hella.
Nah, they just all got stuck in the elevator together
Yeah.
randomly.
So it's about a group of guys who are intertwined with each other. It's like blah, 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 blah. And then one of the dudes commits suicide. That's how the first episode starts, with one of the guys killing suicide. And then it took his...
Spoiler alert.
Oh. Well, we're 3 episodes in by
think-
now.
Yeah, they made that clear in the previews.
Yeah.
too.
Okay.
We're,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the 3rd episode airs tonight. So if you ain't seen it, sorry.
man.
Spoiler alert. Anyway, he commits suicide, and then that just pretty much makes them all like reevaluate their life. When it happened, the black dude was about to kill himself too. He had a mouthful of pills, and then he got the call saying, "Homeboy killed himself," and then he spit the pills out in the sink in that moment. So he's about to kill himself too. And then it just made them all reevaluate their life. And one dude was like, dang, like, why did we not know that our friend was on this deep into whatever he was in to want to kill himself? Like, how can we not know that? We see this guy every single week because they had season pass tickets to a hockey game. So they go every single week, same seats, whatever. And then they were just like, so like, what are we doing? One of them has breast cancer. One of the dudes has breast cancer. One of the guys, the black dude, I think he's like a screenwriter. So he's trying to get his career jumped off. And then one of the guys is like a music teacher or something like that. And then the dude that committed suicide, I'm assuming
He's a millionaire.
he was like the most established one of them all or whatever. So that's how the story starts. I think it's I think it's going to be good, but here's the catcher.
Can I say something?
What?
It makes you, basically what you said, it makes, what I got from that, I don't know if it's going to lead to your question, but it made me think about like what you don't know about your friends.
Right.
Like damn, the nigga
So hold that thought,
Uh,
because I was going to go there. But the kicker is that one of the friends was having an affair with his wife, the one who killed himself. Nobody knows it yet. I think they find out in this episode.
Oh wow.
So that he's married too. Everybody's married except for the dude with the breast cancer.
dude that was sleeping with his wife is married?
Remember to the Asian lady? And he was like packing up a bag, like I'm about to leave her, and then she came back in. So they're having an affair. So it's like, do you continue on? Do you just come out with it? Do you have to end it? Because dude's dead now. So what do you do?
At this point, you keep it pushing because a lot of people.
The relationship pushing?
Yeah, because a lot of people get together during death because they mourn together. And through that mourning process, they become lovers, best friends.
Yeah, but
like
they were already lovers.
Take advantage
of the moment.
And not tell nobody that.
And just be like, man, I just happened to be there for one thing led to another.
Hey, DBS. That's that DBS dirtbag swag. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just write it out on the low.
Don't let nobody know about the history.
Nah. Like, hey, look, going through this process, man, I learned to love her, learned that this is going on.
How do you present that to your lover?
Because he's married.
No, I'm saying to the widow. Like, if you say like, hey babe, like, let's just ride this out. Like, don't she look at you a certain way?
Well, it's like you gotta tell her, hey, look, you gotta let her have her moment, because at the end of the day, that's still her husband.
Right.
So you let her have her moment, and then you test the water. Like, she walk by, you tap her on the butt, like, you know what I'm saying? Let a couple of weeks go by, you like, hey, see if that fire is still there.
But they're all friends. So, like, the wives are friends and the dudes are friends. Like, their lives are so intertwined.
It's
together.
the dude that's having affairs. His wife is in there with him.
How long have they been friends? That's important for me to know.
Long enough.
Couple of years. It ain't no.
So the last thing. You said it's not a real friendship?
It's not no new friendship.
The last thing that dude did before he killed himself was secure a business deal for the black dude's wife to open up her own restaurant.
Okay.
That was the last thing he did. Like, got off the phone, put the papers down, and then jumped off the balcony.
Oh shit.
So they're all pretty.
This nigga went the hard way.
Yeah, like he jumped off his balcony. So they're pretty intertwined. Okay. I would say so.
Nah, the only reason why I was asking is because, like, I've been friends with y'all for a couple years, right? Mm-hmm. So if something happened to me, I would expect y'all to be there for my family. But I'm also thinking, like, folks that I've been knowing since I was a child, right? Like, they would play a prominent part in, like, that whole grieving process and all that stuff too. And I know we're just following this particular group of friends, but I'm just wondering, I guess my question is, have they gotten into, like, his other family and friends that, you know what I mean, are more
like the immediate famlie, right?
Or is it just
what role do they play,
right? Or is it just like they making it seem like these?
You went
his...
too deep, nigga. That's TV, nigga. You took it over. You peeled off a layer that niggas ain't supposed to think about on TV. I appreciate
that. Thank you, thank you.
But okay, to bring it back into real life,
that's what I'm saying. To bring it back,
how important are friends?
Man, you know, I've had my perspective on friends has changed over the years. For the most of my young adult life, I've had like one best friend, but I've always felt like as long as I had him, I really didn't need friends.
You was good.
Because my mentality is I'm a do it by myself anyway. Like, I really don't like collaborating with other people. But as I've gotten older, especially these last couple years, I think God has really opened up my mind to the value of friendship and the value of communion with folks outside of your immediate family, and what it means to actually depend on other people to help you achieve things in life.
Right.
He went deeper than I always go as usual, but on the surface, I value friendship deep. Like, I'm that dude that always want to be with my friends and include them in everything that I do and feel is fun.
Yeah, but with you though, your friends
overextend myself.
Yeah, but a lot of your friends are your family. You got more family than you got friends.
That's true, but at the same time,
which is such a blessing. That's not normal, by the way.
But even when I do something, I still try to like Cub, Joma,
I don't know if you start naming people, because if you forget somebody,
Yeah, let
they
me
gon'
stop.
feel
Let me
a
stop.
certain
Let me
kind
stop
of
right there.
way.
They be like, damn, nigga, you don't name me, nigga.
Oh, so now I'm not a friend?
You named like 5 other niggas. I thought we was closer than that. But I'm just saying, like, whenever I do something, I always think about, damn, this will have fun with him and his family. Damn, this will have fun with him and his family. Let me tell them about what's going on, because my family love this. And then I just always feel like just being together and having each
I
other
think
families
that's just us in general.
intertwined is always a good time, even if we're not doing nothing.
One thing I feel like I do, or we do, is if we have somebody that's like a friend outside the family, I feel that we, or me, literally pulls them into my family to a point to where they start having relationships with my other family members. Like, if you my friend like that, you my family. So you gonna be around my family. You gonna know my family. You're gonna get just totally just deep up in it, to where you, like I said, you establish your own relationship outside of me with a family member. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like friends, I only have a few. I don't really have many.
But then you got friends that,
I feel like sometimes friends are here for a season.
I mean, I do believe that, right?
I believe that.
I believe.
Like, are you with anybody from high school still?
yeah.
Like you were back in high school?
Nah, you can't be like that back in high school,
It
because
changes because your life changes.
Yeah, your
you
life
grow.
changes. You got work, you got kids, you got things that you can't do
Mm-hmm.
when you didn't had the freedom to just come in and out like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it can never be like that from high school because of that. But the bond is still there whenever you reconnect. Is like as if you were still in high school.
Because I tell Nicole all the time, like, my best friend, who I knew in high school, but we didn't become best friends till after high school. It seemed like with every milestone in my life, we've grown farther apart, right? So, like, the first one, of course, was buying the house up here in Sac. Like, that, of course, put physical distance in between us. And then it was like, you know, the things that I would do in school, as I was accomplishing my goals, he was accomplishing his goals, right? But it was just like with each milestone, we got further and further apart. But as what B said, like, if I see him today, it's automatic. Like, it's like we ain't
Like
never.
I really don't talk to nobody from high school like I rock with back in the day, but there's no love lost, like I was saying. So all these friends that I have that I grown close with too in my adult life, I call them like my forever friends, because I feel like when you create a bond in your adult life and you guys are both already established, you know what I'm saying? Like, the relationship is different to where you probably won't really grow apart, if that makes sense, because we're already grown and stuff like that. So I have those friends, and then a lot of his family
Right.
I rock hard with,
Right.
like harder than he do, for the most part. I don't know. I feel like sometimes people expectations of what friends should be are too high, kind of, sort of, to where I don't feel like I should have to work hard to be your friend. Like, it should just be easy with a friend.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
But I also feel like, even, you know, as close as you might be with somebody, whether they friend, family, or friend turn family, there's always something, multiple things. I'm not just going to say one thing. There's always multiple things that's happening in that person's life that you have no idea about.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to find out until they ready to tell you. And even then, they might not never be ready to tell you. So there's always that possibility that you might be really close with somebody and really have a strong bond with that person and be blindsided by some information that you did not know because
you might not be that go-to person that they tell. It might be an uncle that they go to and tell this about, but 85% of the stuff they tell you.
Right.
Just
exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
You're not the person for that.
Exactly. You know, people deal with their own demons their own way, and you know, there's a esteem element to it, which is, I've been knowing you, I love you, you my family, but if I tell you this one thing about me, that's gonna make me vulnerable, and even though I know you're not gonna see me the way that I'm thinking in my head you're gonna see me. For me, just the possibility that you might look at me different is gonna prevent me from telling you. So, you know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of different elements to it where that's just
well,
the
you have
gist
some
of it.
friends that that provide a different.
Yeah.
That's why
I don't know what the word I'm
Yeah.
looking
That's
for.
why I'm saying
Like
different
some
relationship.
friends,
Like,
yeah,
I can't. We don't
can't
talk
go,
about
yeah.
this. Like, we
Right.
never crossed that bridge.
It's
so
not, different
can't cross it.
purpose.
Yeah.
Every friend
Nah,
has
for
a
real.
different purpose. Like I feel like a lot of people come to me when they're going through stuff.
bone collector.
Yeah, which is really strange because I don't really share anything about me with a lot of people. Like nothing. Like nobody could. There's probably like two of my friends that like when I am going through that I will go and talk to. But everybody else, they couldn't tell you nothing about me, like as far as going through something, if that makes sense. I don't really go and express myself like that. But I be having to get my Iyanla on sometimes with some people.
I feel it.
And I don't know if people appreciate, like, I know if I go to Tiff, she gonna keep it real. She not gonna judge me. She not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna change how she, like you saying, change how she feel about me. And, you know, she gonna give me a non-biased, honest opinion. I feel like a lot of people go to you for that too.
Yeah,
Brandon.
I do. I agree with you. Hey, I want to go back a little bit on the question that you asked about the guy that died. So, and what you said about the friends. So, this is a tight group knit of friends. So, if that person died, do immediate family had to say so on everything that goes on, or do these guys that know him more
Say
and be
so
with
as
him
far
more?
as what?
I mean, just like
He has a wife.
do you got to step back? Do you got to step back
what
and
you-
let like the cousins, uncles, grandmas, and all
feel what
that
you're saying.
handle
Do what?
everything
Handle
versus?
what?
And
I'm just
that's-
saying, like, just like as far as like mourning with the wives and being there for them, even though that
I
these
got what you're
tight
saying.
immediate family
No, I
is
don't
there
think
for him
so.
every day, like
I
your
think-
everyday life.
No, I'm gonna say no because he has a wife. If it'd be different if he didn't have a wife.
I get that, but the wife got brothers, aunties, uncles, her side and both sides. But these, like, they looking at you like, nigga, that's Ijoma. Like, you know what I'm saying? The doc at my house every day, kicking it with us. We got a bond to where
I get
me
what
and you
mean.
doing a podcast. Something happened to me, Lord forbid. It's gonna be like, dude, nigga, step back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm the
Yeah,
cousin.
nah, I get
I'm
what
the
you're saying.
grandma. I'm
I
the
get what
uncle,
you're saying.
not
But
knowing
but
that.
I don't understand. Like, what do you mean?
He basically saying like,
What role do they play? Like,
Yeah,
how
what
do they,
role do you-
how, can
what-
you say, I know this nigga better than him? Like, yeah, you got a relationship with him. Yeah, that's your blood.
I
but
know. I hear you, but I need an example. Like, what would he have a voice in?
being there for the being there.
no, like
I'm
say
just
for
saying,
say for example,
anything.
just like what he gonna wear in the casket.
They put it just it could
But
be.
nobody
something-
will come and ask you that.
It could be something
I'm not- I'm-
simple.
and
He- he
nobody
just
will
gave you an
ask his
example.
But I'm saying
brother.
it's not nobody would ask you that. But say I passed away. Nicole is a wreck. Okay, so my family come in, my sister, my mom, they come in.
They
be
doing
like-
everything wrong.
They like, okay, we gonna do this for him. We gonna do this for him. We gonna set up his thing like this, and then do B get an opportunity to come in and be like, I know this nigga. We been talking.
Let me tell you
He
how
don't
he
want none
would.
of
This
that.
is how it would go. It'll be one of them type of situations where if that happens and Nicole's a wreck and I go in
She
there
had to get adjusted.
and
You see how she got
Nicole's,
adjusted?
and Nicole's like, dude, they not doing it right. I don't like it like this. I'll be like, dude, tell me when to go. And I'm going.
Yeah.
Trick your family. I'm going by what your wife is asking me to do.
So that's her answer.
That's my answer.
My
I'm
answer is you
what
gotta
a-
step back.
I'm
Yeah,
a-
my answer, you gotta step
Guess
back.
what? Y'all don't
But
gotta
she-
answer
but
because
she-
y'all ain't here.
But she's a wreck though. I'm talking about being a friend. No, you just said tell me when to go.
I'm
And
talking
our
about if
answer
the
is-
wife,
No,
if
yeah.
I'm saying if the wife speaks up and be like, I really need for you to do this to me because I can't do it.
Right.
I know that you know what I'm saying? I'm going to hold it down to my best
But
ability.
But I'm saying,
I know I'm probably going in the lion's den trying to go up against the family and stuff, but I'm going to do my part to make sure that
but what
my
if
friend's happy.
But the whole thing I'm trying to say, like Doc said earlier, she's a wreck. Like
I
she's
know
not
she's
herself.
a wreck.
And she didn't give you the go button. So what do you do
If
then?
she didn't give me the go button, I can't go.
You fall back?
You got to fall back.
That's what Lee was saying.
Yeah, you got to fall back.
Unless I get the go.
I agree on that then, because the only way you can step up in that situation is you get that go, because at the end of the day, the widower has all power
over the mama, over the sister, over the brother.
If the widower is
even
the one
over
that's
the
saying
grandma.
like everybody got to step back, everybody got to step back.
Not to say they would easily.
Yeah, I get it. I was just asking.
But other than that, you just gotta stand on the sideline.
Damn, they doing this all wrong.
You just gotta stand on the sideline and be like, he wouldn't have never liked that.
It's not really what he
I'm gonna
wanted.
be there, but God dog, he didn't want no horse and carriage.
You know what I mean?
He actually wanted to get creamy.
He wanted to get creamy. He didn't want y'all spending all this money, but
yeah,
well.
you can go.
It's just, that's what it is. Because first of all, that's just the beginning fight. Yeah. Right, like who controls the funeral?
Man, death brings
is
out
just the beginning fight, right? Because then after that comes the real fight, which is who gets
what.
Who gets what? Yeah, that's the cold part.
Like
that's
the real.
Which is very on the living our part very selfish, because a lot of people don't set that up, because it can be very easily.
Yeah.
Set up to where there ain't no questions, there ain't no arguing, there ain't no discussion. This is what I said, and this is what it's gonna be. Yeah. Period. But that's such a taboo topic that nobody really wants to be like, man, I gotta get this will together. I gotta get all this together.
I seen how snakish niggas is.
Right? Oh, they come up quick.
Right. Even like
it's crazy.
Even
Ray
when you
ain't gonna need these suits.
Even when you do set it up right,
they still do.
It's niggas that be like that be scheming on like, how can I get in and get something before like the actual paperwork and the will and stuff come out. Yeah. Like they you know what I mean?
Ramsack your room and get everything they can before.
Ramsack your room. They'll ramsack your bank account if they can. Like,
I ain't talking about clothes. I'm talking about just the physical things. Like that's the first thing people do is get what they physically can.
Yeah.
Like if I know where his rings are, if I know where his expensive stuff in his personal space, that get attacked first. Right. Guaranteed.
I think that death brings out the good and the bad in people. I think it brings out the good because
you see who there for you.
Not so much. Well, you ain't seeing nothing you did. What I'm saying is
the person living, like the widower.
I think that it's good because it brings a lot of people together that hasn't been together in a very long time. And then I think it's bad because it brings out some people, and their evil ways are just shady boots.
Maniacal.
And today is like mental awareness.
Today is?
I believe so. I could be wrong, but I think I heard it on the radio. Like they're saying Mental Awareness Day or week or something like that. It just got brought up on a commercial because somebody is talking about it at work, and then came up on a commercial. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. And I thought about that when when you were talking about that show and dude committing suicide. I think that's the most selfish thing a person can do.
Well,
no matter
because
what.
But it's some depression is real.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said, mental health. But I think you got to be mentally insane to do something like that or be in a deep depression to actually go. You could be in one, but to actually follow suit.
It's interesting you say that, Tiff, because it wasn't up until this year that I believed that depression was real.
Really?
Yeah, I would always say people who were depressed were just weak-minded. Well, hold on. I understood that there was like clinical depression, right? So I don't want to take anything away from folks who are clinically depressed, but I always would say like somebody who would just be depressed or whatever, I would just be like, that's
no sympathy.
Yeah, like that's just a weak mind.
Nah, it's absolutely
real. And that's just because in general, like I've never experienced depression. It's
hard for us to understand stuff that we've never experienced.
I've just never experienced. So depression, anxiety, like people be like, I'm anxious. I used to always just be like, bro, that ain't real.
Hey, it happened to me twice, dog. And when we first got married, I got suspended for 30 days for hanging up on somebody. Look, I just got hired on in my job, right? In 2006, 2007. So I just got hired, right? And I'm doing
Hired
something permanently. I went from temp to perm. I did something, blood. Like today, I was on a call handling some business, and then dude was like, "Hey, handle this, do this right now." What I say? And I was like, "Man, this dude tripping." I'm like, "Man, hold on real quick." I put him on hold for like 15 minutes, hollering at my boy LaRon, chopping it up at his desk. I'm like, "Hey, man, let me go back." Dude probably hung up. I went back on there. "No, I ain't hung up. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on this." I was like, "Oh, snap." I put it back on hold, right? And then I was like, I'm gonna wait 5 minutes. I went back and told Lee, I'm like, "Yo, Lee, this nigga's still on the line." He like, "For real?" Now I was like, "Man, I'm about to go check up on him." Yeah, you guys gonna hang up. I'm like, click. I hung up on him, dog. Why was that the first day of my new manager, and she was getting trained on what to do when you listen for a call, and that was the call she got. So here they go. Brought me in the office, sent me home. Dog, hey, for like 2 weeks, I was just sleeping hella much. I could not stay up, blood. I was sleeping and diarrhea, dog. Like nonstop. I just get up, not even be eating. I gotta do. I probably lost like 15 pounds, blood. So I'm newly married. Just got my job. My wife.
Is depression and stress the same
was stress.
thing? Because I think you were just.
I was stressed.
No. But I do think it's a slippery slope.
There. Yeah, it ain't too far from each other. Hey, look. As soon as they called me, it was like, "Hey, yo, just want to let you know," because they just sent me home and said, "We'll let you know if you hired or fired. Like, we'll let you know. We'll call you." So nigga, they let 2 weeks go by. I'm like, nigga, in the sleep funk, and then I couldn't shake it for nothing. And then I get a call, "Hey, you got 2 more weeks, and then you come back to work on this day." I was like, "Hey, right? What's up? Hey, let's go take a vacation." Nigga, we went to the snow. We kicking it the last 2 weeks. I'm like, cool. I got money in the bank. I'm coming back to work. We set. It just went off just like that. I never knew that I can do that. And then the other time was when I was in Mexico, when my cousin got taken away from the police. So I thought I had something to do with it. I had the same exact symptoms. I stressed out and diarrhea.
Yeah. I do want to say, I want to make it clear, because I don't know if I made it clear earlier, that I do believe in depression and all that stuff today, right? Just from
what changed your mind? Like what triggered? What is it? Awareness that brought it to you, or is it something you've been through?
Nicole, she was depressed earlier this year.
Oh, okay.
And so seeing it up close and personal. At first I was like, I
was gonna ask you, were you showing sympathy towards her, or were you just like, she need to get it together?
At first,
I'm tired of looking at her like this.
Nah, it wasn't even like that. It's just like when she first told me, I was like, "Bro, you know, we don't believe in that. Like get your shit together. Like
take a minute.
Like we don't.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Like because I do believe.
It was like we just not claiming it.
Right. I do believe in the power of claiming things. Right. Like once you claim something, then all of a sudden them symptoms come on.
But when is the line drawn between claiming and just being in denial?
So that's that's a question that I definitely don't know the answer to, right? But I just know that when I was seeing it at first, I was trying to just tell her like to chill, and then all of a sudden I just had this thought, which was just like instead of fighting your wife on this right now, how she feeling, why don't you just accept it? And so when I accepted it,
becomes a lot easier when you accept things.
Yeah, when I accepted it, then I started seeing it in different ways, right? But it was also interesting because in my house I don't have blinds on that bottom door, and I've decided like I never want to put blinds on that door because it brings so much light in the house. And I remember around the same time I went to my sister's house in Vallejo. She
had blinds up.
Man, not only blinds, they was all black.
So it was just dark. And
it was like walking into a cave. You know what I mean? And she came out the room and she, started yelling at the kids like, "Your uncle here, why y'all didn't open these curtains? Open it, y'all know how I do." Woo, woo. And I was just looking at that and I was like, I was putting together like what my sister always talking about. Like she always has kind of like a negative tone, kind of depressive. Woo, woo. And then I just walked into her house. I'm like, where you live in a cave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that to say that
Seattle are so sad.
I think that's part of it too, right? Like one of the things I tried to do with Nicole was like every morning I was like, we're gonna open these curtains.
Your environment.
You know what I mean? Like some mornings she'd be like, I'm just not feeling it. So I'll be like, all right, fine. But I just feel like that natural sunlight hitting your body, you know what I mean? Like that helps lift you as opposed to like sitting in a dungeon. You know what I mean?
You sitting in
Just
that
think
phone.
about like how
Right.
if you sick or something and you caught up in the bed, just how good it feels to go outside.
Right.
After being cooped up in the house for a couple of days.
Right.
So yeah. Well, that's cool that you were able to take the shades off and acknowledge her feelings.
Yeah, man, I just really feel like, you know, at 36, I'm really starting to look at my life and asking myself where and what areas am I evolving.
Did you turn 36 this year?
I did.
Yeah.
Means your birthday already passed.
Yes, it has. So I turned 37 in February. And so that's just part of my evolution.
We got a month, guys.
Oh, man. Look at her.
I wasn't going to say nothing. I already knew what she was going with it.
Look at her.
If he's not picking up on this.
Boy, she caught me in a deep moment and snuck one past me real quick. Oh, strike one. Okay. All right, I see you. Okay.
I know it's around Chum's birthday. I know it's somewhere around there.
Touche. Oh, she did it.
Is it February 11th?
Man,
He's not going to tell
I'm
you
not
at this
gonna say,
point.
Yeah.
Let that ride.
Another time.
Another one.
That was a good one. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
That's like so funny.
All
All right.
You good?
Yeah.
TV wrap up? I don't want to cut you off. Like
That might have been our longest TV.
last week she
Yeah.
spazzed out, so I just like that's
Dude,
why I always want to
you
make
just
sure.
stay interrupting
Can
people.
I say something? Hey, you see, hey,
Gosh.
if you don't mind, I would like to interject my
Bruh,
opinion on the topic that you're talking about. Or do you mind if I? Do you mind if I?
Tell me he don't interrupt me
rewind?
all the time.
I'm not saying he don't. I'm just saying, boy, I was like, whoa. It's like he had some fire right there.
You know,
Make
I
it
can
hot.
bring the smoke, Ijoma, okay?
No,
Okay.
man, I see. I don't ever want to get on your bad side.
He know what's up.
Okay.
That's all I know.
So what's up? We doing book review today?
Man, so
I don't think y'all should. I think y'all should just wait. Did you finish the book?
Man, I'm like.
He did not finish the
I'm
book.
like 50 pages. Dude, I don't even want to. Let's just do
I
it.
feel like this book is so deep that it just needs its own little special episode with just the two of you talking about it.
Nah.
Finish it.
Here's what I will say though.
Let's do it. Let's get into it.
No, you didn't finish it.
No, let's get into it. I don't need
I mean, we can get into the book. I just feel like, so for folks that don't know, the original idea behind the podcast was the book club.
Yeah, we was going to do a book club.
Yeah, it was going to be a book club, and we figured, why don't we just make it into a podcast so folks can hear about black people reading
books.
And then someone smart said something along the lines of, what are we going to do in between those moments?
Are we going to have one once a month?
We're not reading the book, right? I said all that to say this. I think we should just give up on the book club.
No.
I do, bro.
Why?
Well, one, I
You
think
look so like sad.
I like this doing.
I like reading books, man. I just, you know what I mean?
It's too much pressure. I think that you guys don't give yourself enough time.
I don't know, bro. We've been doing this for like almost 12 weeks now. We didn't read 2 books.
3.
Has it been?
Pimp,
Oh yeah, we did.
Prison.
Read 3
Okay.
books.
Okay. But let's look at the book reviews. The first book review is my fault. So I'll take that one.
Yeah, you erased the whole episode.
Yeah. And then when we came back, we was just like,
Trick it.
yeah.
Pimp was a good one.
Pimp was a good one.
That was a good podcast.
All right. So maybe I need to give it another.
You just picked a whack book. How'd you feel about the book? Let's talk
Bro,
about the book.
I love the book.
Okay, then why would you start reading books?
Yeah, I love the book.
Cause you deep like that.
Yeah.
Hey, you picked a book that was way past my book ability.
I know my girl my girl got the book and she was like, man,
I can't get
I
past.
really gotta clear my mind,
Yeah,
clear
that's how
the
I
room. I gotta get in the right space to be able to read this
You
book.
got to. Like, you cannot just be at the park leisurely reading this book.
Yeah.
I'll be like, it's too many birds chirping. Like, what is y'all doing, birds? Like, this book is some deep. I ain't never read a book
I
like
think
this.
you guys should have gave yourself more time.
Nah, I just trying to move on and keep it pushing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
One book
yeah.
a month is not bad.
But nah, I love the book, bro. I can't even lie to you.
All right, let's get into it then.
I can't even lie to you, brother. But this book,
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you where I stopped off at when he got
Page
to
15.
Nah, hell nah. when he got to college and started.
What book are you guys talking about?
All right, let's do it right. Go ahead and introduce the book, Doc.
So the book we're talking about is Between the World and Me. It's a book by Brother Ta-Nehisi Coates. As I said when we first introduced the book, Brother Ta-Nehisi Coates has a number of accomplishments in the literary world. Between the World and Me was his first major accomplishment in the literary world. He just wrote a book that kind of chronicles the 8 years of Obama leading into like the Trump administration. So it's next on my reading list. He's been writing or participating in writing the Black Panther comics, right? And participated in, kind of what we all witnessed in February. So just a powerful brother, one of the preeminent Black thinkers of our time. And one of the reasons why I wanted to read this book is because I've been hearing a lot about him.
That was a hell of an introduction, I must say.
I've been hearing a lot about him, but
intros, I guess.
I don't really, I don't really take people's word for things. I needed to actually read his work in order to be able to say, okay, yeah, he is dope or not. He definitely is a critical thinker, and he thinks at a level above where I want to go mentally.
Nigga.
So I agree with you on that. Like, as I was reading the book, it was just like, I don't want to go here, but it was just forcing me to go there, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And what I was finding is that not only was it forcing me to go there, but after I would read the book, I wouldn't want to hear nothing about like race or anything.
Dude, like he went in the very beginning of the book when he talked about the body growing up in
Baltimore.
I'll say Philly. His family from Philly, but growing up in Baltimore, that was dope, blood, because it reminded me of the conversation that we had about our
it
kids.
was right after the conversation.
Right after the conversation, I crack open the book and
Yeah.
bam, he had that whole conversation within the first 5-6 pages of the book, and it made me realize that the whole conversation, if you listen to the past podcast, I was saying the generation of kids that we are raising are weak because they just soft. I was saying they soft, they weak. My kids are weaker than, like, if I was a kid kicking it with my kids, I beat them up basically because they too soft, or I take advantage of them. And I was saying that because when I read this book, it basically broke down my theory of thinking. Like, me growing up, he talk about the body as if growing up you have to, let me know if I'm going left with it.
No,
All right, he talk about the body as if you got to protect your body. And growing up in the hood, I learned certain things, and I wouldn't even say Vallejo was a hood like that, but some people it is. But growing up in North Vallejo, I had to learn certain things that I learned unintentionally learning. Is that the right word? I'm good.
Yeah,
okay.
good,
Sometimes I might say something. I try to use my words. No, I don't want to sound too
Just be
ignorant.
confident. Just
Okay,
be confident.
I appreciate that, brother. You're right. I need to stop second guess myself. So, I feel like I was going too deep, but I probably wasn't. But in my head, I was kind of hot.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway,
Let's get to it.
he talked about growing up. So in Vallejo, I grew up around. I grew up and seen crackheads. I know how to deal with crackheads. I know how to deal with bullies. I know how to deal with different gangs. I know how to deal with the thugs, the cool people, the nerds. Like, I seen things in my life that made me have to be aware of my surroundings. So I grew up and said, I want better for my kids. And I took them out of that environment to where they don't have to worry about the things that I had to worry about. But me, my defense mechanism growing up is saying, since my kids don't have to worry about that, they're soft, even though I pulled them out of that so they won't have to worry about it. So it's like a catch-22.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
and he talked about that, like I said, the first 6 pages of that. And it just made me reflect on everything that I was talking about. It basically broke it down to me in a real good way.
Let me do this, man. I just want to. So I made highlights throughout the book as I was reading, and I just want to read some of the more critical quotes that I think he had. So the first one, page 12 of the book. It's a profound question because America understands itself as God's handiwork, but the black body is the clearest evidence that America is the work of man. Like, I ain't even going, we could do a whole podcast on that, but I thought that was just like brilliant. You know what I'm saying? In the terms of the way he did that. Page 18, black, what matters is our condition. What matters is the system makes your body breakable. Page 28, not being violent enough could cost me my body. Being too violent could cost me my body. We could not get out. That kind of speaks to what you was talking about, right? Like, you got to be violent enough to protect yourself.
Yeah.
But if you too violent, then you find yourself in prison. So either way, it's like your body is in danger.
Yep. And then you talk about like just not being too violent and then going home and your parents telling you like, why didn't you fight that dude? Why didn't you do that? I was like, damn. Just the stuff that people go through that they don't even think about, the stuff you tell your kids growing up.
I came to see the streets and the schools as arms of the same beast. One enjoyed the official power of the state while the other enjoyed the implicit sanction. But fear and violence were the weaponry of both. Fall in the streets and the crews would catch you slipping and take your body. Fall in the classroom and you would be suspended and sent back to those streets where they would take your body. And I began to see these two arms in relation. Those who failed in the schools justify their destruction in the streets. The society could say he should have stayed in school and then washed their hands of him. You know, I thought I highlighted that one because I was thinking especially of our children, just in the sense that even though they're not getting that street education, right? They're getting an education in school that's just as dangerous as that street. Like, they're learning how to fight battles in their classrooms that are just as dangerous, because what our kids don't have that we had was the luxury of being around other black children. So my behavior in the classroom might be delinquent, but there was always somebody more delinquent than me. Yeah. So my teacher had an opportunity when I was a kid to be able to distinguish between what was actually bad behavior and what was actually like, man, you just need to chill and stop tripping, right? Yeah. Whereas our children, I feel like they're constantly under surveillance. They're constantly under attack because they're the only ones in the classroom. Only black kids. So anything that they do, so as much as we were on heightened alert walking through some of the communities we walked through, they're on heightened alert every day, walking to school every day, just being on their campus. Because if anything goes down,
little nigga did it.
Yeah, they the first one. So they're just learning a different, but they're still getting that same lesson. They still understanding that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, it's crazy to me because I think about my child and how she's starting to develop an opinion of America, and her opinion is very similar to mine. And it's not because
you sure it's not you? You sure it's not her?
Man,
because what I had to stop saying is like using race. Like, man, it's a like I had to stop saying this white boy this or this Chinese dude, or like addressing a man starting with his race and then explaining something like, so Chinese dude cut me off, man, while I was driving, man, dude tripping. Instead of like, man, this dude cut me off, like, just make it a man. Because now I heard my son come in the room like, Dad, man, I had this old white boy. I was like, wait, where you get talking like that? It's like, oh, damn, he getting that from me.
Yeah, I feel that, but I also feel like we giving our children language to be able to articulate their experiences in this world, right?
But so you got to watch what you give them, though. You don't think so?
You got to watch what you give them. But if I allow America and I allow their schooling to give them the language that they want my children to have, then my child loses the ability to articulate their experience as a black body in this world. So their ability to talk about race like that, right? Mm-hmm. See, what we get an opportunity to do is correct them when we say, hey, man, you're misinterpreting or you're misusing language right now in a way that can be very harmful. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad you have that language, because if you didn't have that language, then you wouldn't be able to articulate what your experience is like at school, right? Like, because you can distinguish between black, white, Asian, Hispanic. Now, all of a sudden, when you being treated wrong in school because you the black kid, you can articulate that. Otherwise, you become home like, I don't know what's going on.
You don't see everybody's equal. I don't see no color.
Exactly. So, you know what I mean? I think the language that we provide our children doesn't necessarily shape their minds as much as it exposes them to new possibilities of seeing the world.
I think go either way.
Definitely.
I hear what you're saying, but it can also go on the flip side to where they just wild out with it and then just start getting hella racist towards that group if the dad is always talking about it in a negative way.
This is the last quote I'll read, but this is the one I gave you, where he says, and he's writing this book to his son. So he says, my work is to give you what I know of my own particular path while allowing you to walk your own. You can be no more black like I am black than I could be black like your grandfather was. And I thought that was like,
that's dope. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
When you sent that to me, I took it to where my granddad, he could probably be like, don't trust them old white boys. Like, they like, niggas, boy, you over there shaking hands with the devil. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I could be like, yo, like, he cool this month. I don't never trust no white boy. Like, because his experience and his generation growing up, they probably had to step off the curve. Yeah. They probably had to do this. They had to do that. So his growing up and his thought process is, I ain't fooling with these white boys forever. You get lynched. Yeah. You would physically die. Yeah. If you do something to the white people. So if you keep that
same mentality, your
kids. And then you get your son. Exactly. I thought, Mom saying when he sent me that,
racism is coming from. Don't you think?
No, but when he sent me that, I thought about what I was talking about with my kids, because now my granddad had that point of view. Here he go with my dad, and my dad like, man, I gotta work with these white boys, man. Whoop, they cool, but like I don't fool with the white boys like that. I always say. And then you got me, and then you know what I'm saying, my son. It's lightening up, but it's still there. It's still there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still like.
Well, that's why I feel like racism. It's still generational. Like, I don't feel like the kids aren't born racist. Nah. They're taught that.
Yeah.
Rather it's malicious or it's just like how you said how. Their people were brought up before them, and it's just a cycle, keep repeating itself.
You know, when I first read that statement, you know, not only did I think of you, but I just thought of this. It just seemed too profound to me in the sense that, one, blackness is ever evolving, right? So what blackness was in the 80s is not what it was, and like it's this ever evolving thing. And then it's just the acceptance as parents that my version of black is not gonna be my kid's version of black.
Yeah.
And their kids' version of black, like that's the beauty of something evolving, is that each subsequent generation is going to have a different version of the same thing, and what you can't get caught up in is trying to reproduce the same thing, because when you're trying to reproduce the same thing, what you're really trying to do is find a faster way to death, right? And so for our kids, for their blackness to be different from mine, for their blackness in some aspects to be unrecognizable to my blackness, means that their blackness has evolved to a whole nother level, which means they're going to survive. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like my grandfather might not have been able to survive today because of the kind of blackness that he was reared in. You know what I'm saying? Like he be tripping out right now because this world demands and expects different things of us. He was literally like walking around in concern of his body at all times. And I know we are to a certain extent, but I think we forget, like, what was it like to grow up when they was lynching niggas? Where you didn't have to just watch out for police, you know what I mean? Like, like you could
have to watch out for the dude right here.
Man.
Like that book we read, every time they seen a white boy, they had to jump in the ditch.
Yeah.
Walking home from school,
like,
a 6-mile walk.
I think we forget that, like, yeah, things are bad right now, but our grandparents...
But then that goes back. But that goes back because they could be like, y'all don't know nothing about no hardship or nothing.
Right.
But to us,
right,
and that's what I'm saying.
It is hardship. That's all we know. So
because it's
my hardship ain't nothing compared to what my dad meant to him.
Right.
Right. But it's an evolved state of it, right? The commonality.
It's evolved, but then it's like, is it evolved? It's evolved.
It's evolved with the time.
Right.
With the time.
It's evolved, but it ain't right.
But it's still the same.
And that's what he was saying at the end of the day in his book. He was like, regardless of whether your blackness is the same as my blackness or my blackness is the same as my daddy, we all dealing with the same issues.
Just different levels of it.
You know what I mean? So he brings up the fact that, like, I love the way he talks about this dude named Prince. What was it, Prince James or something like that?
Yeah, that's towards the end, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why he's talking about it is, like, you're dealing with the Mike Browns, the Trayvon Martins, the Felice, because, like, you're dealing with these people today. I was dealing with that 20, 30 years ago.
You know what he said? That I'm a tear up his quote for real. I had it in my phone, but it died. But he said something to his son like, when I was your age, I couldn't see past the tree line. But at your age, you can see over the tree line with a far view. But yet you're still connected to Trayvon Martin, and it fears you. But that's really nothing to me. Like that ain't new, B. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, nigga, you bugging.
Did you guys say that this was a letter to his son already?
Yeah,
it's a book to his son.
It's like you bugging, like you tripping off Trayvon Martin, nigga. This been going on, nigga.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, it's crazy to me how, like, you're an improved, better version of me at your age, but it just now hit you that Trayvon.
Well,
like, part
of what he was saying also in that was, he was saying, as a father, I mourn your innocence. I mourn the fact that you have been protected from this your entire life. And now at 15, 16, I'm seeing real tears run down the side of your face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's
because you're no longer right. But
he's saying I'm more like, now that you've seen it, like, damn, you've been exposed.
Right.
Like, you're in the Matrix now.
Right.
You know
exactly. That's really what he's saying.
It was
like,
it was no sheltering. Saying, it was no. You were just you. Everybody was aware.
Right. And he grew up in Baltimore, so he was like, nigga. He's saying, so he went a different way from you, B, where you was like, man, like, I wish my sons had this. He actually went to the space of, like, it was a travesty of the fact that I had to grow up like this.
Right.
Like, when I think about it, and I think about the things that I had to do to protect myself as a kid.
It made me think about that reading this book. Like, damn, I don't want that for my son. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it spun my whole view.
Right.
Like, I ain't gonna lie.
So that's what he was saying.
I talked to the doc like, dog, like, this. I'm glad you gave me this book, because out of everything, like, I needed to read that.
Well, that's why when you said that, I'm like, so what do you want your kids to go through?
It's not that I want my kids. It's not that I want my kids to go through. It's just my fears of what they're not experiencing. It makes me feel like they're too naive to the world. Right. That's
right.
What it is.
Which means that you want them to be able to experience.
But
it's
not that I want them to experience.
You want them to be able to experience things in a controlled environment.
I want them to know what I know.
How else would they know what you know?
That's my point. Like, it's hard to explain. Doc, can you help me out, blood?
No, I understand what you're saying, but
I can't articulate it right.
It's interesting,
this nigga,
because I was just having a conversation with a young lady about a sexual assault that she experienced when she was like 8 or 9, right? And she said, she moved in with her dad when she was like 16, and when she was 16, because of what happened to her at 8 or 9, you know, by 13, 14, she was already dating niggas 18, 19, 20, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She get with her dad at 16 and her dad's like, you got curfew. Like he was putting restrictions on her as if she was a child. She couldn't understand it then, but she was saying in retrospect, when she looked at it, her dad put those restrictions on her because he just wanted her to be a kid, yeah. Right? And so I think, you know, part of what this book is saying is that, like, black children, especially black males,
they don't get to experience being a kid, right, because of things that they got to worry about protecting themselves.
Exactly.
So they can look at a little white boy running around, having fun, playing around.
But you
they
can't
like,
do that.
Nigga, like, nah, nigga, we in the hood. We gotta worry about this, gotta worry about
exactly.
that. Like, nigga, my mom's scared that, like, I gotta be in by the street. Like it's so many things that we don't think about.
But for you thought that was childhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, those adult-like decisions and actions and behaviors that you had to make, you were thinking that was childhood. But he was saying, that was really this world stealing away your innocence.
Exactly. Like,
surviving.
for me to be able to at man, like 3rd, 4th grade, be able to walk around Vallejo,
right,
miles away from my home, like, that's an adult decision to be like, I don't feel like going home. I'm finna go over to the dock house.
That's insane.
I'm finna go over to this house. I'm finna go to the park. Right. And then I'm coming home like around 6 o'clock.
There's no reason why a 3rd grader should be coming home at 6 o'clock.
That's the point he's trying to make. Like, you're
and so for him, that's to me is what made the book so beautiful, because it's like, even as you grow up and you mature and you start getting more adult-like responsibilities, you seeing these deaths and these black men die at the hand of white police officers exposes you to the true nature of what this world is.
Right.
Like, it's almost like, it's like virginity. It's like you can never go back. Like, once the veil has been lifted. Yep. And the thing is, he's looking at his son and he's saying, as he's writing this book to him, now that the veil has been lifted, do you even have the tools to comprehend what you're seeing so that you don't lose your mind? Because we've also lost a lot of black men just to the simple fact that the true realities of this world is just too much. It could be too much to handle if you don't know how to comprehend it correctly.
It's crazy because it's like, you know, you guys were saying back then, all the black folks is aware what they can do, can't do, whatever. And now it's, to put it to modern day, if you are black sons, we have to sit down and have a conversation with them. Like, listen, you are a young black man, and how they need to interact if they ever come across a police officer. If a police officer see you and he says stop, you stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, have that conversation. Because there's been stories where a black kid in a nice neighborhood didn't have his key. So he had to go around and try and climb in the window. Yeah. And I think he got shot because they thought he was trying to break in. Yeah. There was a little boy, I was just reading a story. It's happened, I guess, earlier this year. The little boy, he was in high school. He woke up late and missed his bus. And it was like 4 miles. He was like, I think I know my way. He got lost, went on, knocked on somebody's door to ask for directions. And the white lady freaked out, started screaming. Her husband came outside with a shotgun. Yeah. Did you hear about that story? Mm-hmm. And the dude shot at him. He didn't hit him or anything, and he getting in trouble for it. But it's just like,
I mean, you can even break it down in simpler form. Like, a kid in the class, you could be like, look, you're a young black boy. You cannot act like these kids in this class because you're a little black boy. I often say you're a little nigga, but that's basically what it is.
I mean, like, I say, you know what I'm saying? I say to my kid, like, you a little nigga, not to say like you was a nigga, you know what I mean? But to say, like, when that teacher see you,
she see you as a little nigga.
Like, she might not never say nigga out loud to her, but she see a nigga. She don't see no little black, no little African American. Mm-hmm. She sees something that could potentially be dangerous to either her body or her ability to work.
Yeah, so in a sense, we still have to teach our kids to be aware
of their surroundings.
But it's just a different type of awareness.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not as severe as you can't go walking down the street and when you see a white guy coming, you got to jump in the thing and hide. It's not that severe in this day and age, but it's still...
Depending on where you at.
It's like, you know, I was reading an article. A man got detained because he was babysitting 2 white kids.
I just seen that.
Yeah.
And the lady thought that
The lady followed him home.
Listen, these people getting
and called
bold.
her. So it's like that's that body thing, right?
It's 45.
It's like
ever since 45 came in the office, these white folks are bold.
Like, you gonna follow me home?
I've seen videos of people talking about you can't buy that with your EBT card.
Now, just the craziest thing
Who
about
are you
that.
talking to?
The craziest thing about that whole story was, if bruh would have acted the wrong way,
It would have been his fault.
He probably would have died.
Yeah.
it'd have been a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a miracle that they didn't arrest him and take him to jail, because usually they just arrest you,
Right.
take you to jail, and then be
Meanwhile,
like, we'll figure
the white
everything
lady
out.
clearly is harassing me. Why is she not getting in trouble?
Come on now, you know what I mean?
Like,
so
you followed me home.
it's just, but it's that thing, right? Like you live as a black person in your body. That's why the body is so important in this book, is because your whole existence is one that is related to your body. You can't escape your body. I don't care how much education you get, how much money you make, how much success you have in this world. You can be LeBron James and still get nigga spray painted on your doorstep because your body is always, you know what I mean? So, it was just overall, bro, it was just a good book. Some critiques.
Your body perceives yourself
all the time.
Another thing I had, like, I wish growing up that I knew somebody that went to a black college. When he break down going to Howard,
man,
was it Howard or was?
Nah, it was. No, yeah, it was Howard.
And when he break down going to Howard, I was like, God, dog, I want to go there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
There's
Can I rewind the time?
Documentary. It's a documentary that shows how black colleges, HBCUs, even came to be.
I mean, they had the Tanner program.
Nigga, I didn't know nothing about Tanner.
I went on the college trip.
I didn't know about Tanner.
I wasn't in Tanner, but I knew about the Tanner program.
I didn't.
I just, every year somebody be like, I'm going on the tour. I'm like, how you get to go on there? And they be like, nigga, Tanner. And they always tell me like when they going. And I just never thought to be like, how can I get in this in advance?
And out here, Allen Road does it.
For high school?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely getting my son involved.
It's the same thing.
They do what?
You don't got to go to the school, do you?
No, so Allen Rowe is a man. Yeah. So he has his own
Tanner program.
Kind of Tanner program out here.
Definitely get my son involved.
But
if I would have went to that,
anything like how at school.
If I would have went to that,
I don't know.
Nah, I went on a field trip with them.
We might have to take our own college tour.
Nah, I went on the tour with them. It was good. But I'm saying if I went to Tanner, dog, I definitely would have went to a HBC.
I don't think that you would have.
What?
No. So the crazy thing is that even with his grades, he probably would have got accepted into a HBCU.
I went to one. I got accepted to one. There's always one that take everybody.
Yeah. Bro, you know what? I think that I don't think I would have ever went to a HBCU.
I definitely would have went,
because I think I was just too like bougified as a kid to where I was just like, I don't want to be around a bunch of Negroes.
It's so different though.
I would, dog. If you would,
it's so amazing.
If you would, I didn't even really know about HBCs, dog. That's the cold part. Like I'm like I didn't know about that till after I graduated.
But I know a couple of my friends that went, you know what I'm saying, to HBCUs, bro, and they fell in love. Like they was just, not only did they fall in love, but they was just like, I'm not coming back to Cali.
Yeah, because it's so cheap.
It's so I put it like this: like, one, if you live in Cali, even if you're around black people, you're not gonna get that experience.
It's different.
It's totally different.
Tiff went to one.
So you go back there, you get that experience. It's lovely. Then on top of that,
I came back though.
A lot of those opportunities, like job opportunities, be out there on the East Coast because that's where you went to school. Like, it just make a lot of sense. Right. It just make a lot of sense. So you just end up kind of like migrating out there, staying out there. I just think I'm just a Cali nigga.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm definitely a Cali.
You know what I mean?
But
yeah, bro.
I would have went to school and came back.
You know what I'm saying? It would have been nice. I would have liked to have done what I tell all my students, which is just give them 2 years. If you like it, stay all 4. If you don't, transfer out. But just know when you transfer out, and
yeah,
you go
credits.
to a PWI.
Credits ain't gonna transfer. Just know you might have busted down a year. Like,
But I also tell kids, like, get over that dream of graduating in 4 years. Like like I understand why you want to graduate in 4 years, and I'm gonna encourage you to do that if you can. But don't view graduating in 5 or 6 years as if it's the end of the world. Because I feel like some kids feel like that. Like, if I don't graduate by 21, it's over for me. It's like, nah, bro. Like, 23 and 21 is the same thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, you ain't even lived yet. Like, just go ahead and take that.
Video.
Straight up, man. You ain't lied.
Well, I'm hoping that
I'm definitely
kids.
pushing for my kids. We finna take them there when he get 13.
Oh yeah, I feel like he gonna come back, but he gonna love it out there.
No, I'm saying, but we gonna take him to Howard.
I want him to go, but then I'm like scared he's gonna meet somebody from the East Coast, and you know the guy always follows the
He
girls.
gonna be the thick one too.
Oh,
yeah, he gonna be the thick one.
Yeah, he is. He gonna be at that college, boy. Like, woo.
Man.
I think it would be so dope, though. I think our oldest will for sure.
I also think, like, for a black man, I think it's nice to go to HBCU so you can have an appreciation for black women and black beauty, bro.
It's just so I went to Alabama State University in Montgomery, Alabama. And it was just so dope. Like coming from California, a Cali girl. Yeah, you be around black people,
you get
but like
love
you
off
said,
the rip.
it was just like out in Cali, I'll be nervous to be around a lot of black people like this. But out there, it was just something like a comfort.
Why though? Why? Like, why do?
I don't know, because black folks just don't know how to act out here.
I never got that nervousness.
got
like,
that.
I
Wait,
be,
no, I
Look,
get
this
what you're
stuff-
saying.
Sometimes, you acting like I'm glad that you said you get what I'm
Nah,
saying.
Let's go back to when
It's
we
just
was in high
different.
school. Black Saturdays, Black Fridays. I know
They
you
always
was in
got
those, bro.
shot up.
But
I'm not saying that no
but I'm
shootings
saying, though,
happening
like,
in down south
we
and stuff.
constantly going to places
No.
that get shot up
Yeah.
every Friday,
But
knowing like
that's
we
the
got to
thing.
get there early before
But that's
it
the
gets shot
thing,
up.
though. That's what she's saying is, like, you always waiting for, like, how long before
Something
these
to
niggas
pop
get this
off.
shit
No,
shut down?
now I'm scared to go back. But when I was back then, I'm like, nigga, we there.
I
But
mean-
we gotta get there. We getting there before they shoot it
Yeah,
up to have a
I'm
good
not
time,
even-
knowing they're gonna get shot up.
I'm not even scared nowadays. It's just that I always just feel like when a bunch of niggas get together out here,
They don't know how to
like
act.
if we can get a bunch of niggas together and nothing go down, like you know it's a thing out here, because anytime it be a bunch of niggas together and nothing go down, that's the next thing you hear the next day. How was the thing? Man, bro, was hella niggas out there, nothing went down.
No, we appreciate that.
Like, that'd be like the second thing they say, nothing went down.
Nah,
it was
you
just
got
hella cool.
you got a trip though. We appreciate it, but we not scared to go. We still in
we
that
not
mix.
scared. Yeah, but it's
That's
just
what
like,
I'm saying.
you know what I'm saying?
And your antenna is always gonna be up.
But I feel what she's saying. It's like when you out there, you ain't worried about.
no, I
nothing
took
going
her
down.
as I ain't fooling with it. I ain't going where all the niggas going.
Yeah.
That's
Me?
yeah.
No, I don't.
See, that's what I'm talking about. She ain't talking about what you talking about. She talking about I ain't fooling with it.
Hey, because I was at the Black Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. We at
Bruh.
the Black Side. We in the middle of the sideshow.
Now-
We in the middle of the riots, dog. Like,
I
there's
wouldn't
so many
mind-
things that I was
I
involved
wouldn't mind
with.
that for our kids.
What?
In the sideshow.
Not the sideshow, but like I feel like they gonna miss out on that, like the Black Saturday experience.
They gonna miss out on a lot of things, dog.
You know what I mean?
They
Like,
gonna have to go. They gonna have to
to
go
not
to
have a
HBCU.
Black Saturday, bruh. Black Saturday
They
was.
can't have that out here. They got
Okay.
the kids out here are so different. Like the black kids
This-
out here are so different because they trying to be
White.
something that they so hard, something that they not. Them be the scariest kind of black folks.
Hey, this is my
that's
thing.
Trying
like,
to live up to the stereotype.
Yeah, and then it's just dumb.
This was my fear. Like, say my kid go to a HBC and not feel like he's black enough because
I don't think you
he
gonna
don't
feel
got that
that.
black. But I don't think that though. But I'm saying that used to be my fear. But
There's
I'm
no
like, nah,
way.
he got between me, you, his family, and
It ain't
everything
even
that's
about that.
involved,
It's
like,
just you.
I think you know what, but that's real though. It's kids that go out there all the time. But I know
I went out there and was straight.
I know some kids that
you a
didn't-
girl and you from Cali.
I know some kids that
That's
went
even
out there
more.
and
Nah,
didn't feel
Cali
black
always get
enough,
love.
and they end up finding their space. They end up finding they crew because the one thing you do it's like what brother from Drip's brother said to us, right? Like the one thing you realize when you're out there is such a diversity of blackness that you gonna find.
Hey, he talked about that in the book too.
Yeah,
like you gonna find your
you
niche.
gonna find your niche. You gonna find your crew, your people, right? So because he was even saying like he didn't feel like, and he grew up in Baltimore. Yeah, and he was like, I didn't feel like I was black enough. And then I found my crew.
Hey, let me ask you something. Part of the book, he was talking about a family, like where somebody was married to messing with a professor, and
oh yeah, that was some freaky shit.
Yeah, well, break that down, blood. I was trying to read it, and I was scheming because I was trying to catch up for the podcast.
So basically, he was just trying to say that there was a girl that he really liked.
The girl with the dreads.
Yeah, the girl with the dreads who had a close relationship with this family. Who they were basically swingers. That's really all it was to it. It was a professor and his wife, and they was just swingers. But it was a full swinger.
And black people that he never thought or do something like that.
Because now not only were they swingers, but it was like both of them were bisexual. So they was having like real live relationships, orgies. You know what I mean? And he was like, I ain't never seen. Like I didn't even know black people, you know what I mean?
Things like that.
Especially, I think one of the things that I picked up was just the fact that old boy was bisexual. So the idea that he was married to this woman in this relationship, but still like to have sex with men, right? Like, you know, in our community, you touch a man, you gay. Yeah. And you don't get an opportunity to be bisexual in our community as a man.
I don't believe in bisexuality. You just like dudes.
Right. So for him, I think that was just a revelation to be like, wow, like they over here doing some freaky dicky.
I tried to go back like, did I miss something?
Nah, you read it right. You know what it made me think of? It made me just think of almost kind of similar to what we was talking about earlier, which is like you could be around somebody and pleasure is such a fickle thing that you make the assumption of what's pleasurable to you is pleasurable to them, but you really don't know what people is doing in the bedroom behind closed doors.
I don't want to know because you probably what?
Like it's like I really believe. I'm not saying it's a high percentage, but I really believe that within any circle of friends and family, is somebody in the room that's doing some stuff that if you found out, you'd be like, y'all is doing that. Like
I always hear chicks talking about you won't believe who finger I put up their butt. Like I'd be like, what?
See,
niggas like that.
See,
I'm punching you in the throat. You try to stick a finger in my butt.
I think it's some niggas out here, bro. I know Nicole had a friend who was dating a nigga who liked for baby to put the strap on.
Get the strap.
Yo, I had a conversation with a dude.
That got him really
Nah, look.
Big came on the mic strong.
Gosh.
Me and this dude was arguing back and forth about that. He was saying, if your wife strap you on, that's not gay because it's your wife doing it. But if a dude do it, then that's gay. I'm like, yo, once you experience it and cross that line and enjoyed it, you're gay. Like plain and simple.
I don't think
How do you
that's
feel
an
about
accurate
that?
statement.
Why?
Because you like getting stuff up your butt, that doesn't make you gay. Just make you freaky.
What's your thoughts on that, dog?
I understand your wife's point of view because mine has said the same thing.
So you don't want to talk about your point of view. You want to stay out of this. I understand. I'll take that.
I mean, I believe what I believe, which is similar to you, which is like, that there's certain pleasure that is off.
You can't be gay because of an act, of a sexual act that you're having with your opposite sex partner. That does not.
But this is my thing. Like,
what is the definition of being gay?
No, this is my thing. If I enjoyed it with you,
that's not true.
I opened up the window.
That's not true.
To enjoy it with somebody else.
That's not true.
Okay, look, I'm gonna take her perspective on this, right?
That's how I feel.
I hate doing this though, but because I really am with you, but I just want to pick up the other side of the argument. I enjoy sex with a woman.
Okay.
I enjoy getting the strap up my
Please
butt.
don't make me look at you different. We talked about this earlier.
I like sex with a woman.
You can't tell
But
me
there's
different.
but there's certain women.
I would still accept you, Joma, if you got strapped
There's
up
certain
your butt.
no.
I would too, but I would look at you different.
I don't want you to feel
Wait, no.
I would love you to say, but I definitely would tell somebody.
Joma, I want to let you know that this is a safe zone. Okay.
Joma wants to make it clear. Joma wants to make it real clear.
It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead. Finish talking.
If you blow down there, I'm gonna look at you crazy.
Listen,
don't blow.
It's fine. Go ahead. Finish talking.
Hey, but no, I was just saying, like, but bro, I don't want to have sex with every woman.
Right.
Like, there's some women who I just don't find attractive or sexually arousing, and there's others that I do. So what I'm saying is, it's possible that a man might like to get poked by his girl.
Because that's his girl.
Because he's attracted to women, but he's not attracted to men, so he wouldn't want to get poked by a man. But then you bring in transgender folks. And so now you might be dealing with a man who has transitioned into a woman, but still has his pipe. And that's where the waters get a little murky for me, that I just don't want to.
Are you still freaky? Are you still freaky because you like a dude with boobs that look like a woman that got a pipe?
Bro, I just think, bro.
Tim, let me ask you that. Are you still freaky? Are you still freaky?
If what?
If you mess with a dude that got a pipe, boobs, look like a chick, are you still freaky? Top half woman, bottom half man.
With a dude?
Yeah.
A dude messing with a dude?
No. He's not a dude because
if he got a pipe, he's a dude.
He considers himself a woman. It's transgender. He considers himself a woman.
Regardless if.
Now you want to go on my level.
If you have a pipe, you have a pipe.
Now you sounding like me. So you got a pipe, you can attach to yourself and put it up beside me. What's the difference?
I can take it off and put it on the counter.
So if a dude cut off his joint, turn into a coochie. Is he still messing with a woman because he didn't took it off?
Well, he's considered a female on his driver's license.
Y'all done went a little too deep for me. I just think at the end of the day,
she's trying to stick to her word. You see how she's trying to.
I just think at the end of the day, you find what you find pleasurable.
Yeah.
And
I agree to that, but I'm just saying, like,
you don't even know if you like stuff up your butt.
I don't need to know. Like, I would never know.
You Joma?
No, I don't.
Tell him.
Man.
Tell him what?
How long did it take to go full throttle in you to where you enjoyed it?
I'll never come over here again. You better rephrase your comments. Nigga. Don't play like that. Nigga.
That is so funny.
Y'all done lost y'all
listen,
mind.
I found the document.
Man, get a little dick talk.
It's called "Tell Them We Are Rising: The Story of Black Colleges and Universities." We didn't finish watching it, but it looked really interesting.
That sounds good.
Well, Janai would really like it.
Yeah, we gotta watch it with him. Hey, we've been doing this way off topic. Hey, do you take apple vinegar?
Nah, Shay tried to get me on that today.
What'd she say?
Drink 2 capsules, full spoons.
2 cupfuls?
2 tablespoons.
Yeah, tablespoon. Yeah.
We take shots every night.
When I had gallstones, I was doing that every night. That was one of the ways that I was managing it. But once I got them gallstones out, like, I'm cool off all these.
I'm noticing you just do things until
until the thing is fixed.
Until the purpose has been fulfilled, and then you just don't do it no more.
Yeah. No, you got that
me
right?
and Tiff be doing it every night, dog. Like,
I give him a shot.
This will be our 3rd night.
Okay.
Like, cheers. Hey, I don't know if it's that, or I don't know if I've been working so hard to whoop this cat, but I've been getting some good sleep and having energy in the morning. Do they give you energy?
It probably is making your body feel good. I tell you, the best way to drink it though.
What?
Drink it hot with a little honey.
I asked you if you wanted the sake style.
It tastes like it's almost like apple cider at that point.
Hey, it's don't matter as long as I could take a shot. It reminds me of those kombucha drinks.
Okay.
When I drink it.
Yeah, those were okay.
But we good, man. Anything else I want to talk about?
Nah, man. I'm good.
So hold on, we gonna end this book. We can't end the book club, blood.
All right, we
I
won't
was
end the
really
book.
enjoying
We
this,
won't
dog.
end the book club. Then it's on you next.
All right, cause she ain't got nothing.
Yeah, that's why I ain't even look her
That's-
way.
Hey, this our bonding.
Yeah,
experience,
that's why I
dog.
ain't
Like,
look
you know
her
what I'm
way.
saying?
Yeah.
I really enjoy reading this book.
Yeah, pick a nice one, man. I got a good one for my next one, but yeah, go ahead.
You want to go
Why
with
don't
it,
you guys pick like a
dog? Is it deep?
Nah, it's not deep, man.
All right, we could go with
something light? Read like a erotica book or something.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
Those are good.
Nope. Okay, the next book I want to read is called "The Wild Woman's Way."
What's that about?
I don't know. I just know it had wild and woman in it, and I was like, want to read that?
That's
Hey,
gonna
what's-
be a woman's
it.
self-help
Hey,
improvement
hey,
book.
that's how I was like. Nigga. Hey, what? Hey, you heard that one called "The Spook" and something?
The Spook and something.
Yeah,
Nah.
I'll find it. And, I was thinking about that, man. I heard that's a good book.
All right, well, we'll discuss what the book is, and then
All right, for sure.
we can come up with it.
All right, that's the end of this podcast right here.
Wait, did you guys get a new date? So we're gonna hit up
Yeah, we hit up Shay and figure out the rest, figure out what we're
Confirm.
gonna do.
21st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, this your boy Priest D riding in the caddy. Ah, man, I got one more question I want to ask y'all. Can I ask something real quick?
Yeah.
What?
When we blow up, y'all think y'all gonna act different?
Oh my gosh.
Say that for next week.
That's not even.
How you think you gonna act when we blow up? Cause I think I'm gonna get a Cadillac deal. I thought about that today.
Oh my. Yeah, you and Shay. I was like, I am trying to work out, and this dude is on some fantasy la la.
Hey, you ever thought about stuff like that, dog?
Thought about what?
When we blow up, you think you gonna be still replying back to everybody?
So
in
you
the
and
DMs?
Cole be doing if we win the lotto, this what we gonna do?
I'm gonna act the same, bro.
No, you can't. You can't act the same
Why
with
can't
money.
I?
With money and fame, dog, you can think you the same, but
That's like
you,
rich
you,
people.
You bougie
That's what
right
I
now.
always say. Rich people be
I'm
like,
not bougie,
I'm
bruh.
just like you. I go to Target.
Yeah, nigga. Nah.
That's Ijoma.
I mean, you know what I'm not gonna do?
What?
Stuff for me, myself.
Huh?
Yeah, right. Yes, you are.
No, like no, I mean like not. Of course I'm gonna do stuff for myself, but like menial tasks, like getting gas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's out the window.
You gonna have a gas guy?
If there's a way for me to pay for somebody to do it, I'm gonna pay for somebody to do it.
And you just said you're not bougie.
This nigga say he ain't gonna change. This nigga can't get gas. Nigga, Costco.
Gas boy.
Costco 2 minutes from your house, nigga.
Whatever.
You talking about?
He said he's not gonna get gas.
Last
no more.
week we walked to Costco.
We ain't in the
Costco,
East
he
Coast.
talking about
Who
he
gonna
ain't-
pump your gas?
I don't even go grocery shopping.
You gonna have the boy in the room? All right, time to go get some
Man.
gas.
Look,
Yeah.
something gonna happen, but
We don't have to grocery shop. Oh man, we went to Walmart last night and I didn't really know how to act because I've been doing the drive up and
Yeah.
put my groceries in the car.
yeah. It was
She
hard
acting like
on you,
she
huh?
never did the transition, dog. Like
It was hard on you, huh?
a transaction. I mean, she like, wait, hold on. I have to give you money.
No, I didn't say that.
I can't pay
I didn't
online?
know.
You didn't know where to go in the store, huh?
I can't pay online, and you just
You
hand me
like-
my groceries.
you
Like,
was
how
like,
does
how
this
do
work?
I shop?
I didn't know she had
I get
already.
change?
I
Like,
didn't
this-
know that she had already scanned the items that we
The
were
lady
trying
was
to
like,
get.
that's how it works. Like, yeah, I scan it and give it back. And
I done left my
there you go.
ID at the counter.
She left her ID.
They came running
Yeah.
out after us. I just gotten used to the
Bugging.
drive up.
Hey, but I be thinking about, man, like one day, like we slowly crawling. Blood.
The only thing I think about, really, honestly,
What?
is my commute to do the podcast.
When you move to
Yeah, because we make it. I'm definitely moving somewhere, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to make sure I'm in Elk Grove,
But-
on podcast recording day.
That's not a big deal though.
It's not a big deal.
You're gonna be moving like 45 minutes away.
Right, but
30 minutes away.
He asked me what I think about. I'm saying that's what I think about. I think about my
You don't
commute.
think about the live shows we got to do and how we got to commute to different cities and all that stuff.
I'm not worried about that.
He's worried about a 30-minute drive.
I'm worried about my commute on Wednesdays. that's what I'm thinking.
Hey,
about.
I be
my
taking it there. I
gosh.
be like, damn, it's gonna be scary to quit my job to do this full time.
Oh my god.
Hey, so that I was thinking about that.
See?
Right? I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. But I was just thinking about that. Like what you gonna okay? There's two questions, right?
Yeah.
Like one, what you gonna do you get the new job, and the podcast take off.
Pop off.
Like, do you keep the new job
Yes,
just in
he
case?
does keep the new job.
You know what I mean?
Until
we
he
got,
starts.
we gotta pop. Like, you know what I'm
Until he
saying?
starts.
I'm getting
what's
promoted
it
and
called?
like just be like, no, I got a podcast. We gotta pop.
Unless
like,
he is bringing in, this podcast is bringing in what he gonna be bringing in at the new gig.
Well, that's what we're saying.
He will
If it-
not
if
be
it- you know what I'm saying?
stopping.
So, like, that's part of it.
she don't
right?
want her comfort zone messed up. Look at it.
Right.
He will not
And
be.
then the other thing is, like, what happens if, like, just, God's blessings, right? We just pop before you get the new job.
Nah,
No.
that's not. We ain't gonna pop that
No.
quick.
You never know.
No.
We ain't gonna pop that
You
quick.
never know.
That's like winning the lotto $1 million and quitting your job. You can't quit
Yeah.
your job with $1 million winning,
You can't.
which is crazy.
That's gonna be like
But you can't.
500,000. You gonna be like, nigga, that's 5 years.
And then what?
That's 5 years. Then what?
No.
I could be debt free, but nigga, I can't quit.
I feel it. I feel it.
Ain't nobody quitting.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay?
I feel it. Maybe you just reduce your hours.
Yeah,
Go
I'll
part
work it
time.
out.
Can you go part time with that gig?
Probably
You
not.
can give shifts away though.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right. Well, once again, man, sorry to bring that back up.
Nah,
But
it's
it's your
all
boy
good.
Priest D riding in the caddy.
It's
Cadillac,
Dr.
look out
IJ.
for your boy. I'm
Cadillac.
gonna get a deal, nigga. Y'all listen to that. Look,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. It just goes so smooth. They gonna be like, get this nigga to Snoop the bill or something.
Hey, real quick, we're gonna let y'all know the time and location of the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna let y'all participate in
Oh,
this.
we gonna, nigga. I'm a
Actually-
Facebook Live it.
Yeah.
I'm a damn.
We're gonna have it on live, but for those of y'all that want to make the trip up to Sacramento just to see this whole thing go down, I promise it's gonna be entertaining. This ain't gonna be like a 20-second nod. The hype that you hear is real. Ain't nothing fake about this. This nigga's
Listen to
gonna
this nigga
get
talk.
dust. He gonna get dusted. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that want to come, if you out of state, get your plane ticket.
Oh.
Oh my God!
we'll get
Do not buy a plane
we'll
ticket.
get
Hey,
to
y'all
come.
talking about me
Funny.
fantasizing.
Hey,
Do not buy a plane
come
ticket
out,
to come.
watch us. We're gonna give y'all the
Two
location
doses
next week.
check.
We're gonna give all y'all the locations,
October
but y'all know
21st.
October 21st is going down. So, you know what I'm saying? Get ready, 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 get ready. Now you know what? Let's push it back to the 20. I want the people to get a chance to come. I want the people.
You want
to
to
get a
push
chance.
it back to when?
The 28th.
He need more time.
I don't need
nigga,
more
I'm
time.
giving you your 2 weeks.
That's
nigga.
a whole extra week.
You better no, nigga. I'm giving you your 2 weeks that you say
Okay.
you needed.
All right, I'm
You
just
better
trying to get
pump this
the.
up
I'm just
on
trying to
IG.
people get. I'm
Pump
just
it up
trying to
on
get the
IG.
people out here.
Talk
But
about
you
it
know
on
what I'm saying?
IG.
Hey,
Yeah,
20
you gotta start it on
Yeah,
IG.
the 21st.
Start
Hey,
your promotion.
You ain't doing nothing but help me out, bro. Because we do the 28th. That's an extra week exercise I got to do. So, thank you very much.
Okay.
As soon as we get this over with, the sooner I can get back to my sedentary state.
So we're shooting for the 21st.
21st.
Let's go.
I'm Dr.
Tentatively.
IJ.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Again,
Once again, it's your boy Priest D.
driving in a caddy.
I ain't riding in no caddy no more, man. I'm going to bed.
This is Dr. IJ.
Guys, I really don't think we need to say our names at the end.
Yes, we do. And it's 2 dudes and chick.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna mess up our flow. You tripping.
Exactly.
You better get your mind right. Doing this for
You
12 weeks.
You just said more words. You could have just said Tiff and had it over with.
Yeah, you don't got to say Tiff and be out. All right, peace.
Holla.